Our loss teams actually are activated after a suicide death happens. So we go out to the families that are affected by a suicide loss and instill hope and healing. We give some resource packets to the families and try to help them move forward in their grief process. Loss teams are made up of volunteers who have all been touched by suicide in their personal lives. So we are also bereaved by a suicide loss. And we go out in teams, usually of 3, a mental health clinician and 2 loss team survivors will all go out on a call to provide whatever resources we might need and help the families of those affected by the suicide death. We are actually activated by the local authorities, either Lincoln Police Department, the Sheriff's Department, after a suicide death has been ruled a suicide, and we will go out to contact the families and give people resources, help them kind of understand the journey that is going to be coming from this new death. Suicide death is usually very out of the blue for a lot of people, so we are helping them understand kind of what the normal is of this kind of grief ocean they're going to be swimming in for a little while, and moving forward, how to keep moving forward, basically. Over the years, studies have shown that people that are suicide loss survivors, they are affected by about a 65% greater increase in having suicidal ideations or thoughts after it has already happened in their circle. We know that a suicide death has kind of a ripple effect, whether it be just within their own family, a community of faith family, the school where somebody might have attended, workplaces. So the death of one person kind of ripples out and can be a catalyst for a lot of different grief options. So we want to try to help prevent any additional suicides based off of the one that we are there to help kind of move the survivors into that healing space. We started our first loss team in about 2009, and since then we have about 10 teams up and going across the state, and we have 2 more right now that are kind of in the beginning stages. So we are spread out pretty far across the state. I do Lincoln and Lancaster County, but there are teams in the metro Omaha area all the way down to like the Falls City area and all the way out to like Chadron and Panhandle, so we're kind of all over the place. Postvention really is a prevention measure for how we react after a death. We are hoping that we can provide enough resources and help and hope for those that are affected by a suicide death to prevent any further suicides. I would say over the years it has been studied that people that are going through the grief process because of a suicide death, loss teams have been shown to increase the grief support awareness and knock years off of the dependency to kind of go it alone. So there have been studies shown that prior to a loss team intervention, it would take grievers about 4.5 years on average to go find resources to help them move on. And in the research that has been done, it drastically reduces that down to about 39 days. So we can tell that people that will accept help from the loss team, look at our resource packets, answer the phone when we give them a call, we know that we're going to help a lot of people in a much shorter time.